I know how disheartening it can be to see the absolute lack of ambition or drive or hard work from people around you, whether that be in your family, in your group of friends, in your university course, I don't know, people in your gym maybe, who you might talk to. And to me, it feels like it's very much like within that liberal sort of framework of dependency on the state, right? Politics aside, you can see the amount of people with no ambition, no drive, kind of like giving up. And it can be sad. It can be sad to see. It can kind of make you feel like you're the odd one out and that you should, you know, stop working so hard and enjoy life and go traveling and, I don't know, like drink and go clubbing. I mean, sure, I'm not going to tell anyone not to, but I know that it can make you feel very ostracized. I certainly felt that over the past couple of years. It feels very lonely because there'll be someone who like seems like a sound person and you're talking to them and they seem quite nice, and you realize that they don't really do anything useful with their life or with their time, and they kind of just waste it. And then you're like, well, I know I actually can't be around that kind of person because then they will influence me to not do anything useful and go out clubbing and go to bed late and be hungover the next day, get nothing done, right? But what I want to propose as a counter argument is, well, yes, it can be lonely, but there are people who you can become friends with who are like you. You're not that much of a special snowflake, right? There are people like you, but you can't find them. And it's tough, I know, I can't find them very easily. I get it. It's difficult to find young people. I mean, I'm 21 years old. Difficult to find young people around my age or in their teenage years or in their mid-20s or in their late 20s who really want to improve themselves and make something of themselves and do something with their life. It's difficult. But what it does do is the lack of people with drive is it decreases the competition. We live in a capitalist society, right? There's pros to that, there's cons to that. One of the pros of capitalism, in my mind, is, well, it's a competition, right? It is a competition. And if you can outcompete the other players in whatever market you're in, your online business, whatever, physical business even, I don't care. Whatever space you're in, if you can outcompete your competition, right, then you will gain money, status, respect, whatever it is that you want, right? It doesn't even come down just to business. It can come down to like the gym and like how good you look in terms of the dating pool, right? It's no secret that guys don't look very good nowadays. I mean, it's pretty damn obvious, right? And again, it can be disheartening. I mean, particularly for girls, I'm sure. But it's like, oh, no one wants to come to the gym and work out with me. Like, how am I going to get a gym bro or whatever? I mean, again, there's guys out there, but it's like, yeah, but it's less competition. It applies to every aspect of life that has some kind of hierarchy, which is all aspects of life. This is human nature. It's human nature to have a hierarchical class system around everything. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. I mean, I go to, I don't know, kickboxing, for example. The club that I go to, I'm one of the best fighters there. That gives me a certain level of status and respect, right? That is a hierarchical structure. And because the majority of people don't want to put in the effort all the time, like I stretch every single day to be flexible so that my kicks are really good. Most people don't want to do that. Most people don't want to put in the effort. Most people don't want to eat correctly so that they like can move properly and their joints don't just die whenever they try to throw a kick, right? Point being that the lack of drive within the liberal leftist mindset, you can disagree with me, this is how I think about it, creates less competition for the rest of us. For the people who actually want to do something and make something of themselves and not waste their life, we have less competition, guys. That's a good thing. Now, one caveat is do not let that make you think that you can go on easy mode, because that's not the case. Because there are people like me and other people with my sort of mindset, or even better mindsets than me. There's going to be people like that, no doubt, that are going to outcompete you and try and take everything in whatever aspect they're trying to fight you in. Like, compete, right? Like, let's say that you have, I don't know, a local lawn mowing service. I know that's dead random, but just hear me out. You may go, oh, well, most people don't want to do this. Most people don't have the drive or ambition to do this. They're not going to work as hard as me, so I can take my foot off the pedal a bit. I normally send out leaflets, let's say, to market my services. We can just tone those down a bit. It's not that big a deal because nobody's competing with me. If you do that, if you take your foot off the pedal, someone else will go, oh, this is an underserved market and this guy isn't doing it right. So while he's taking his foot off the pedal and working 6 hours a day, I'm going to go 14 hours a day. I'm going to hire people. I'm going to go into debt and hire people to go post leaflets through every single door in my town, right? And completely push this guy out of the market. People will do that. There are killers. There are. And that's a good thing, because it means you cannot let up. You can't let up. And I don't care what area of life this is in. Let's say kickboxing for me. Just because the majority of people don't put in the effort, does that mean that I don't try? No, it means that I try even harder, because the people that do put in the effort, they're killers. They're killers. You've got to outcompete them. And even if there is no competition, even if you're the only one in whatever space you're in that's putting in the effort, that's putting in the work, what do you get from trying less? What do you get? There will only be positive results from trying harder, whether there's people you're competing against or not. But realistically, most people do not have drive, do not have ambition, and they're not gonna compete, right? There is less competition. Take advantage of that. This is such a strange time in history where essentially the merchant class, to me, is kind of re-emerging, right? This merchant class is re-emerging in Western countries, and you have a chance to be at the forefront of that merchant class, like this online merchant class. Take advantage of that. Take advantage of it. Don't let up. Do not be lazy. This is when things feel easy. If they feel easy, it's the time to push even harder. Besides, you've got nothing better to do. What are you gonna do? Go have a beer with your mates? You can do that if you want. I'm gonna keep working. People will criticize hustle culture, but if it means you work harder than your competition, you get more than your competition. So work hard, lads.